Sometimes you need a bit of nostalgia to spark the creative juices, and today we have just that for you. Hey everyone, Adrian here over at the Sampleist. Cinematic Alpha has just released their new Geneology player, and to go with this, Andrew Fly, the man behind Cinematic Alpha, has created a set of synthwave instruments, each one inspired by the iconic sounds of the 70s and the 80s. These capture the essence of yesteryear and brings back serious memories for those of us that lived through these decades. The library takes inspiration from Giorgio Moroder, Bruce Hornsby, Depeche Mode, Cyndi Lauper, Vangelis, and Van Halen, just to name a few. Alongside these classic tones are original sounds crafted by Andrew Fly himself, and these are sure to provide inspiration for any electronic style track. There are 4 separate libraries called Stardust Dreams Volume 1 through to Volume 4, with each focusing on different instruments. Volume 1 goes deep into the keyboards from the 70s and the 80s, like pianos and electric pianos. Volume 2 is all about electric guitars, basses and plucks. With Volume 3 you get retro pads, leads and basses. And finally, with Volume 4, it's really all about the drums, with some serious classic drum sounds. Each library is priced at $29.99 and they are available from Cinematic Alpha, so let's take a listen to these 4 libraries. Altogether we have 110 sounds between these 4 libraries, and I'm going to play a select few of them so you just get a feel for each volume. Yeah, that's a really playable keyboard. And to sort of have a look, see what you've got in the way of sounds in these libraries, you just click in this middle section here, very simple, and it comes up with a whole list of things. And now that's just scrolled slightly off the screen because I've just gone tighten the interface. But there's, like I say, there's 30 sounds in each one. So let's have a look at No guesses for what this is going to be a nod to. Let's see what other keys we've got. We've got Welcome Stranger. A nice mellow piano sound. Now the interface is very simple, and just have a quick tour of this. We got delay, reverb, chorus, got some distortion and some filter modulations here. Very simple to look at. Attack and decay, so you can change the attack and decay envelope. It's just a little, see that slope there, so to adjust the attack and the release, you can just change the release. And then you add some delay, just click a little radio button there. You get some reverb, some delay, and then reverb. So you basically bring the module on by just clicking the little circles there. So really very simple to sort of navigate, use, and craft some sounds from this. So let's move a bit more into some of these. So let's go for some vintage fast synths. We've got Retro Lennox. So we get Dreamy Waves. This is another nice sound. And your mod wheel does that to the sound. Adds a bit of vibrato, the classic vibrato that we get. What do we have? Let's go for some experimental sounds. Now these, like I say, these seem to be creations that Andrew Fly's done. Let's do another one. We'll go for 80s Ducks. So that's some of the sounds from Volume 1. We're just going to nip over to Volume 2 and have a listen to sounds from that one. So Volume 2 is all about electric guitars. You can really crank that up by putting some distortion on this. So you've got a little bit of sound design in there within these libraries. Bits of Cyndi Lauper. Unfortunately, I don't know many Cyndi Lauper tracks off the top of my head. Let's go for Mute or Not. Some bass sounds. We've got second finger bass. That's a really nice electric bass on that. Button bass. That's a nice fat bass sound there. Some synthwave bass. Try some of these plucks, Gym Tonic. and some classic pluck. Let's do one more pluck, disco pluck, this one. Now this one is my favourite module in the Stardust series. It's got some really classic synth sounds. Let's go for Nightbirds mode. Induction pad. It's a nice, soft pad sound, that. Let's do some more Classica. Got some bells in this. That's another pad. Let's go for bells. Really nice, those. And some Serenity bells. Now, swiftly moving on to the fourth and last volume in this series, this is all about drums and real classic sounds. Let's have some powerful violet. I'm just going to play through the sounds rather than try and play any rhythms, just so you get a feel of what each individual sound comes across as. Let's go for the club. I do like this track, this particular drum library, this Depeche Counts. It's really nice. It's sort of Depeche Mode without a doubt. Satisfying thwacks on there. See, with the drums, you can, if you want to add some reverb on it, get some epic real so straight away, sort of straight into that sort of synthwave era. Now for the playable area on these libraries, all you need to look at is the violet keys, the blue keys. You don't need to do anything. All the samples are on the violet-y, purpley coloured keys. So it's easy to contrast. Let's go for some vibraphone. Strangely enough, it works in the inverse on vibraphone. Violet keys don't do anything. The blue keys do. Has that Rain Man feel from Hans Zimmer's score. So some 80s FM percussion there. And then we have some loops. Great fun with those loops. So that's sort of the sounds from these libraries. It would be very rude not to give these sounds a spin in a little synthwave composition. For those that grew up in the 70s and 80s, these sounds will take you right back to the vibrant world of electronic pop music that was making all the news at the time. They certainly hit the spot for me, and yes, I was around during the 80s parts of the electronic music surge. The Geneology player is very simple and easy to navigate with all the controls available without having to go menu diving. The one very extremely really minor gripe that I have is the loading time of the library. If you want to swap libraries in a single instance of the player, it does take a little bit of time. But to get around this, all you need to do is just set up 4 different channels and load a player on each one, as it is really very lightweight and uses next to nothing on your CPU cycles. The composition you just heard used only sounds from this library. No external effects or processing was used. I didn't even touch the volume controls within Cubase. The instruments are that well balanced and just literally no clipping occurred. And I really enjoyed the synth lead sounds, and they immediately transported me back to the synthwave era. To really get that nostalgic feel, I took one of the keyboard sounds and pushed it through the internal MIDI arpeggiate effect within Cubase. This just enabled it to sit nicely on top of the synth lead, the pads and the bass, without it getting really swamped. And to finish things off, I went really all out and added a lead guitar sound just to add a solo finish to this synthwave style track. If you are searching for that iconic synthwave sound, then these libraries are certainly for you, and it just should be on your to buy list. They're not one-trick ponies either, and the sounds will be very usable in any electronic-based composition. We would like to thank Cinematic Alpha for sending Stardust Volumes 1 through to 4 across a review. It is really very much appreciated. And if you enjoyed this video, you can show your support by subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button. This channel has no affiliations or sponsorship and no income, so this is the best way you can support the channel. If you liked the Stardust Synthwave collection we've just heard and are interested in more instruments from Cinematic Alpha, you may be interested in Cineplux. Just click on this video to watch it now.